Hello and welcome back to Shards. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is basically when Tate and Cody were making their way to the Coliseum or the arena, whatever it is, in order to take part in the trial slash auditions for the Sorcery Shard, because they are technically both first years and they need to do it, or else they can't join. Yeah, what else? The dragon hatched. Well, the wyvern hatched. So, and apparently Scribbles and Cody are of the mind that the thing that Tate thinks is a dragon is actually a wyvern, which is more dangerous than a dragon. And Tate seems dead set on it being a dragon, but it's not really. But yeah, anyways, so we're about to see whether or not Tate and Cody make it into the Sorcery Shard, which I'm pretty sure they're going to. But also, I'm assuming that we're also going to see whether or not any of the other people that these two scouted out are going to be able to make it, meaning that it's going to be Connor and the nerds and Mark Plyer and the other names. Anyways, but yeah, so I guess without further ado, let us continue Tate's route. Today is a big day, in fact, hinted by the buzz all around the arena. Voices can be heard even before we step foot inside. The peaceful background of the forest turned into a busy, loud, and lively town. Everyone is getting ready to start the practice session. Our friendly neighborhood tiger is waiting for us at the main entrance, with two friends at his side, one of which is Cole. Hey Cody. Kat. Hi Aiden. Where's Dallin? You know, the actually important one of the friend group? I'll pretend that I didn't hear that. Dallin is getting ready to start the announcement, and I'll be joining him soon. He convinced you to help? Not him. The headmaster. Dallin did ask me to greet you when you finally decided to show up. Honestly, I started to think that this cat convinced you to skip your audition, or even worse, run away with him and get married in a foreign country. I should be taking notes here. Sorry, we lost track of time. Whatever the case, he also asked me to introduce you to Rose and Cole, although I believe that you met Cole already. We sure did. You two take it from here. I need to get to Dallin before we start. Today's practice and auditions will be spectated by the headmaster for whatever reason. We heard. You four make sure not to lose track of time again. We won't. We will. We won't lose track of time. Yeah, okay, see you later, Cody. What did I get so flustered for? Phew, finally. I thought that he'd never stop talking. He's very vocal for someone so grumpy. You can say that again. Since I seem to be the new bridge here, allow me to make the introductions. So, as Aiden mentioned, this lovely lady here is Rose. Pleased to meet you, fellow recommended student. And these two troublemakers are Cody, the other recommended one, and Tate, my new Shard colleague. Anticlimactic title, but okay. Nice to meet you. We're only missing one now. We tried to find the last guy, but we didn't have much luck. Slippery, that one. I heard he joined the Summoners. I personally found my place with the Defenders. We've heard. Dallin was very excited to have you there. You're large. Tate. You don't call people large. Haha, it's alright. I am large, actually. I would prefer the word massive. The ability to hug someone to death comes with hard work. A fun way to die. I heard you two and Cole have auditions today to join the Sorcerers, is that right? Yep, it's going to be much more fun than any regular practice. For you, maybe. Oh, I forgot. Your device didn't come back up, did it? Nope, about 2 hours left. I'm gonna sit this one out, at least at the start. Tate, does that mean...
Detention is back on the table, yeah.
You have detention already? Man, Cole did not exaggerate the word troublemakers, huh? We're not that bad, promise. I believe you. The first impression is that most important, and so far, I can not imagine either of you doing anything worthy of detention. At least nothing malicious.
It doesn't matter. I needed to get out of detention yesterday. If I have to stay in a room for a couple of hours now, it's whatever.
And you'll have me for company as well.
Maybe our 2 new friends here would want to join as well?
I think I'll pass. Yeah, same here.
Your loss.
Do you hear that? I think I hear my leader is starting to practice. With those ears, I'm not surprised. I believe you're right. We should get going.
Yeah, Cody. I believe the auditions are held first, so we should hurry up.
It's been nice meeting you, Rose, and seeing you again, Cole. Good luck on the auditions! And don't be a stranger around me when we meet again, alright? We both give her 2 thumbs up. Good luck on showing off at practice. Will dedicate my victory to you. See you later. We go our separate ways for now, and as soon as they leave, Tate takes my hand in his nonchalantly. I didn't even notice it happening until he started to swing both our arms as we walked.
Those 2 are weird.
Why do you think that? They seem normal to me. Even more normal than anyone that I've met so far, actually.
That's the thing. They're too normal. The vibes are just off.
He shrugs. He's probably not used to being around regular people. We find some empty seats and wait patiently for Dallin's announcements. In the distance, I spot Marina and Ollie standing by the edge of the arena, deep in conversation. I greeted all of my friends today except for them. In the end, I decide to take a seat by Tate and ignore any other distractions. After all, it's him that I want to spend my day with. He turns his head towards Marina and Ollie, then to me.
Huh. How come you're not even going over there to say hi?
Oh, I probably should, shouldn't I? Just to be polite.
Nope, 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 nope.
He grabs my arm as I'm about to get up.
You're good. This is good. You don't always have to kiss everyone's ass. Not literally, not figuratively.
You just want me for yourself.
Bold of you to assume that. Did the confidence demon strike you?
Are you saying it's not true?
No comment. Meh, who am I kidding? Yes, I want you for myself.
He holds my arms even harder, resting his head on my shoulder and intentionally purring.
He's so cute, I want to eat him.
Finally, let's do it. Figure of speech scribbles. Ah. Yes, I knew that. Me too. You little cutie pie. You said that last part like it hurt. Shut up. Although I decided not to leave Tate, I will also not miss out on my leader and vice leader's greetings. They spotted us and are making their way over. Everyone gets out of Marina's way, turning their heads as she passes, Ollie right behind, having a hard time trying not to get hit by her thick tail.
Hey boys.
Hi.
Whatever you're selling, we ain't buying.
Tate, be nice. Hey guys, nice to see you.
I see my longtime friend got a taste of new friendship and freedom and decided to start acting up. How's your magic level? We had an unfortunate Nightfallen encounter and had to teleport here with Cody, but I'm more than ready for whatever challenge you throw at us. I hope that's true. Come on, Ollie, let's get ready for when the real fun begins. After you, milady. Good luck, boys. Good luck, Cody. Tate. Yeah.
Thank you. They walk towards the back rooms, turning more heads from the crowd along the way.
Can't get a minute alone around here.
Isn't that just called having friends?
Friends are always fake, ready to betray you at any moment.
I don't think that's true.
I'm a lone wolf. All I need is a mate.
He winks at me. And again. And again. I think you have something in your eye.
I think so too, actually. Damn it.
You need help?
No, I think I... There, gone. Hey, you have Aiden's number, right?
Yeah, why?
Can you send him a message? Tell him to present me as Nox when the time comes. It's my new stage name I'm trying out.
Isn't that a girl's name?
Nuh-uh. It's a cool unisex name. It means thing of nightmares.
I think it just means night, actually.
I forgot you're a nerd. Still, a cool name.
I find Aiden's contact at the top of the list and write Tate's name change request. He sees it almost instantly and responds. No.
Oh, did he respond? What did he say?
I shut off my phone and stuff it in my pocket. He said if he doesn't forget.
Great. Aiden has a pretty good memory. Somehow, he just can't forget the haircut that I gave him when he was 18.
Was it that bad?
Bald.
Oh. Yeah, I can see why.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this year's practice session.
Our conversation is cut short by Dallin's loud voice. Cheers erupt throughout the place, and he continues once those die down.
Is that the headmaster over there? Oh, right. He's watching this year. I forgot.
You might be happy or surprised to find out that we've made some small changes to this particular session. First and foremost, I'd like to present to you Headmaster Argus, who will be watching over and assessing the students. Good afternoon, everyone. I trust that we'll have a fair and entertaining practice session. I am looking forward to seeing the amazing talents this academy has to offer. Murmurs of confusion and protest can be heard following that statement.
Damn right. We should write over this.
What's so bad about it?
Practice sessions were always for us, the students. Mr. Sybil came by sometimes, but always stood in the crowd with us.
Noticing the discomfort created, Aiden intervenes. Of course, his presence here is purely personal. Your performance today will not affect your grades or overall early performance. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Aiden. As for the second small but exciting change, before the regular practices start, the first years of the Sorcery and Summoning Shards will hold their auditions in front of everyone, instead of it being in a private showcase like usual. So the summoners will audition too?
I think they're going first too. Their audition should be a bit different than ours.
Different how?
Summoners have to show their summoner abilities, which are never very impressive. Unlike us, where we have to prove that we actually have some firepower or defensive abilities or utility, stuff like that.
Let us start with the first audition participant in the list. Without further ado, Aiden, if you may. Ahem. Please give it up for Alvi, auditioning for the Summoners. The crowd cheers as a small but clearly confident dog with a neutral, unimpressed expression makes his way in front of the arena. This year's opponents will be some cleverly disguised snake dummies, constructed by none other than the Defenders Vice Leader, Chelsea. She is also looking for a new work assistant. If you're into inventions and are willing to work for a minimum amount, give her a call. You must also be okay with the following possible casualties, and please know that she is not responsible for any harm that will come to you, such as fire burns, acid burns, friction burns, head trauma, loss of limbs, loss of teeth, loss of fur, frostbite. This list is long. I try to ignore Dallin's extensive list and focus instead on the last recommended student that I haven't personally met yet. He is faced with a dummy that is way more intimidating when there is a regular person to compare its size with. It has cannons attached to it as well as saws and rotating blades, not to mention that armor that looks pretty sturdy. He takes out a small handful of crystals, varied in size, from which a dozen Nightfallen spawn. All of them except for two wolf-like creatures rush towards the dummy. The dummy senses the danger it's in, so before dealing with the attacking foes, it shoots its cannon towards the summoner, Alvi. But the wolves at his side protect him with no problem.
In seconds, the other Nightfallen, less animalistic in nature, destroyed and disassembled, and even start devouring the dummy, leaving only scraps behind. He has impressive summon abilities for a first year. He wasn't recommended for nothing. God, why couldn't he find my room first? I bet that I could have been summoned in a matter of days. I doubt anyone but me would have accepted your proposition. I was desperate. Touché. I didn't get the chance to meet him yet. Maybe I can catch him when he gets to a seat? I don't think that you'll be able to do that. Why not? I look at Alvy focusing on his path so that I can follow him to a spot in the crowd, but after a couple of steps, he turns into blue smoke and fades from reality. What the? Yeah, another freak. You really are the only normal one of the recommended ones. Thanks? Do you think that he teleported away? No, that's not teleportation. It's some form of invisibility. Or whatever else. Maybe he's just shy. The combat is done, but Dallin isn't with a list of risks that you take by being Chelsea's assistant. Loss of vision, loss of taste, erectile dysfunction, priapism, and last but not least, minor death. Minor? Back to the auditions. Well, what a display that was. Too bad that our friend didn't stick around to see the results, which will be presented shortly, as soon as their leader and vice leader come to a decision. Aiden presented the other people while Dallin offered some commentary. Chelsea tried to break into the announcement cabin in complete disregard of the headmaster's presence to try to shout what I'd call basically IRL ads in the mic, as if Dallin's announcements that she gave him weren't enough. Their struggles to contain her were clearly audible, and while the headmaster was slightly annoyed, the crowd loved the chaos, especially when Aiden shushed his complaints. All of this was great in retrospect, since the other summoners weren't nearly as flashy as the recommended student. Obviously, since the summoner is not even expected to be able to actually summon Nightfallen on their first day, so I wonder if and how their audition is graded. Imagine if Chelsea had your teleportation abilities. The world would not be safe. She's also the only one that's somewhat entertaining right now. Yeah. I thought that it would be a bit more interesting than this. We shouldn't have hurried. What if we missed our auditions? At this rate, it would have been worth it. Another summoning demonstration goes by. Another guy that looks like he's about to puke. I'll go get us a snack. Popcorn? Huh? What? I stand up to go to a snack booth or something, but my arm is being caught in what feels like a bear trap. Phew, 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 phew. You just want to get your mind out of this hell of boredom. And leave to do literally anything else. Not true. I just want you to have something to munch on. Who said anything about a snack? I don't want a snack, so sit your ass down. Maybe I want a snack. We both just came from breakfast. I know that you don't want no damn snack. I want to use the bathroom. What if you miss our auditions in the meantime? I use all my strength to pull my hand free, and with the element of surprise on my side, I managed to do just that, and just book it. Unfortunately, I didn't think the cat would be desperate enough to jump on me. Please don't leave me here alone. If I watch another first year blowing smoke out of a gym and having to act impressed, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. The commotion made by our arguing and wrestling on the ground is proven more entertaining than the arena action, so we have a dozen of eyes on us. You think that I don't need a break too? Then why can't you take me with you? That is a very good question. Why can't I? We stop fighting and Tate slowly gets off, helping me up as well. We're dumb as hell. Yep. Wanna grab a snack? Yep. The prying eyes seem a tad disappointed that our tussling stopped. We walk into the back rooms, which might have been a mistake since me and Tate end up devouring half the sweets in a self-serving zone. I mean, do you see anyone around telling us no? There's a sign saying only 3 items per person. It's a sign, not a cop. Can't argue with that logic. We continue to take advantage of the scarce amount of people throughout the corridors to create chaos. Where did Tate pull out 2 pairs of roller skates? I have no idea, but boy are these wacky shoes fun to play tag on. Thankfully, I convinced Tate to take them off when going to the bathroom at least. We end our backroom adventure with a small cup of coffee, just in case we go back and those summoners are still at it with their mediocrity. Phew, that should be enough to keep me energized throughout this whole ordeal. No kidding, my mind is so clear. I can stuff in 10, no, 20 boring auditions in here. That might not be necessary. Look. The center of the arena is quiet, and not because some first year can't do their weak summons, but because there's nobody there. We wait for another minute, still nobody. You know what that means? I think I do. What interesting audition session provided by the summoners. Boy, am I sad that it's already over. Isn't that right, Aiden? Huh? What? Are they finally done? Good riddance. Moving on. It is time for the second audition session. This time for the new sorcerers of the year. People all around groan intensely, clearly done with auditions. Heh, suckers. They don't know this part is actually fun to watch. This year's task will be explained by the Shards Vice Oliver to each particular participant in private before their match. That is a dumbass rule. Oops, didn't mean to say that to the speaker. Without further ado, let us welcome our first student in the arena. Connor. Connor? Is it that guy who stole our table in the morning? A German shepherd wearing a red vest walks casually in the ring. Yep. The very same. You're a bitch, Connor. The dog looks up at the announcement tower with a "Are you serious?" expression on his face, along with other confused audience members. We're not the only ones that recognized him. Let's see what kind of dummy he'll have to face. What is she doing there? Oh no. No. Don't tell me. From the other side of the ring, the figure of a tall, gracious white fox comes into view confidently. He'll have to fight Marina? What the hell? I'm not sure that I should laugh, cry, or get mad. Well, let's wait and see. Maybe she's there to wish him good luck? The bell rings and I can say for sure now that it is not a good luck encounter. I can't quite describe what I'm seeing since everything is a blur, or more like a blizzard. Marina's magic envelops the arena and she concentrates different attacks, from long range to close, from projectiles to trickery. Connor is hanging in pretty strong, using a diverse set of spells as well, but in the end, 2 minutes is all that he could muster, leaving the woman disappointed but victorious. Still, the crowd cheers for him. Dallin and Naden present the next contestant while Marina resumes her initial position and makes all the extra ice that she created in the battle disappear. As for me and Tate, we get a little guest wadding over to us. Oliver, hey. Hey, you two. I'm here too. You little double-crossing disloyal little shit. What? You told me that I was going to be a hologram of a metal dummy. You even told me how to defeat it. I couldn't tell you the truth. When did you even get the opportunity to ask? He's always around Marina. I went to his dorm last night. And he wouldn't leave until I told him something. Can't believe that you'd betray me like that. It's against the rules. Oh yeah? Is this against the rules too? Tate picks the little mouse up with very little effort. I'm pretty sure it is. Tate, you put your vice leader down or I'm not hanging out with you anymore. Where are his legs? What? Heh, I overreacted. I'm sorry. I'll forget about it by next week. So you came here to explain the rules? Yes. Tate will be the next one after the guy fighting now. Neat. I'm all ears. Hurry up. This needs to be a one-on-one conversation. Cody, do you mind? Yes, he does mind.
I'm not going anywhere.
I can't. Do it or I'll unalphabetize your potion ingredients.
Oliver visibly cringes and recoils at the thought and reluctantly starts talking.
Marina will fight you to test your abilities.
That's pretty obvious at this point.
She will be holding back, depending on your abilities. If you're a close attacker, she will use close proximity spells, and for range, same principle. In short, she'll adapt based on your knowledge about your abilities and the way that you fight in there.
Seems reasonable enough. At least we won't have to fight a leader at full power.
But how do we win? It's not likely that you can win against her, but to pass the auditions you simply have to not look pathetic and demonstrate as many abilities as you can.
Great. So what technique will she use against me?
I don't know.
Tate gives him a sharp stare through squinted eyes.
I'm telling the truth. She didn't tell anyone, not even me.
Is this an unconventional way of conducting the auditions?
Very.
Then why?
The headmaster is watching, as well as the whole academy, so she wanted something a bit more special. Although, just between us, I believe today's first years will have an easier time passing, since she said that she will take pity on them. Mostly because the headmaster is watching.
That's reassuring. Why am I not supposed to know this until my time comes?
Marina wants students to adapt on the spot instead of making some kind of plan against her, since, again, you don't have to win, just present your abilities.
Got it. Showcase. But the legs, where? Tate suddenly grabs my arm and shoulder and shakes me vigorously.
They're done. They're done. They're done. It's my turn.
Huh? What happened to the other guy? I wasn't paying attention.
I don't know. He probably died. I don't care.
I care.
Shh. I'm sure that he'll be alright. No need to make a fuss.
Still, might have to ask for some pulled punches from our leader colleague.
Sorry. We'll continue with the next first year.
Welcome our local troublemaker, Tate.
Damn it, Aiden. He didn't remember my name that I gave him. No matter, I'll show Marina.
Good luck. We watch Tate jump into the arena, confidence oozing out of him. This is a JoJo reference, isn't it? Before the bell even rings, he starts walking towards Marina, slowly, menacingly. Magic particles appear around him. Something about this feels familiar. Marina seems to be ready as well, this time a bit more serious than she was with the previous guys. She's not allowed to move until the match officially starts, but nobody seems to have a problem with Tate doing so. Probably because Marina can easily fold him like an omelet as soon as the bell rings. Does he actually think that he can win against the leader? Absolutely not. You're certainly right. Although, why are you so confident? I can feel the magic coming from her. That woman is on a completely different level. As far as I understand, she's an ice witch. You know how powerful you have to be in a single element to give off that much power? Very. Very. Now, let's watch that confidence melt away. The bell rings. Marina doesn't move a muscle still. She stands in a proper innocent position, her hands kept down, only moving to keep her balance. Tate, on the other hand, wastes no time, instantly teleporting next to her, fingers trying to touch the fox's smooth fur. For a moment, it looks like it was game over. After all, she doesn't have a teleportation canceling ability, considering she allowed Tate to do it in the first place. And all it takes is a touch for her to be thrown out of the arena. The winning grin was already on the cat's face. How unfortunate he is. A small chunk of ice forms between his fingers and her fur, millimeters thin, but enough to protect her from his touch. The ice gets transported in her steed, falling on Ollie's head, shattering easily on impact. Ouch! That was supposed to be Marina's body if his touch connected. You're playing dirty, gatito.
The oldest trick in the book. You'll have to think of something else.
Each match has some slightly different rules and limitations for Marina, as Oliver explained. Tate teleports away, avoiding an icicle erupting from the ground. Seeing how his plan failed, he keeps his distance and walks in circles around her, trying to find a new idea for attack. All the while, more icicles, pillars of ice, and snow forms on the ground under his feet, which he has to dodge. Since the fight started, Marina has not moved. Not her posture, not her hands, only her eyes. I think I understand.
Oh?
Here, she can only use spells on the ground itself, no projectiles or area of effect such as blizzards, and she cannot move, meaning all her spells are cast with her mind alone.
You caught on very fast. But you forget about protection.
Right, she did create that thin barrier. I wonder if Tate will... I don't get to finish my words, and the cat takes notice of the same pattern I did and summons his broom. He is now out of harm's way, at least 20 feet off the ground. Nice thinking. But how will he touch her from all the way over there? Another one of my questions was quickly answered by his next move. He conjures multiple magic balls, which he carries with him as he flies towards the static fox. She blocks each ball with a pillar of ice. She thought that was it, except that she forgot about Tate himself. The cat, in a drive-by attempt, flies past Marina, extending his arm. But he gets engulfed in snow, which slows his momentum before turning into ice. The ice shatters a moment later, knocking him to the ground.
Impressive. You were actually pretty close to touching me. I would be less cautious if I didn't know what that means. So, if I were a Nightfallen, victory would already be yours.
The cat lies on the ground for a moment longer, contemplating whether or not it's worth to continue fighting, but it's clear his hands won't reach her fur, and although he can levitate off the ground and be safe from most of her attacks, in the end, it would just be a waste of time.
I ought to take the compliment and leave, right? You, seeing reason and accepting defeat? If I understand the rules well enough, this is not a defeat, is it?
He gets up with a subtle smile on his face, which Marina matches.
Consider me impressed. You may go.
The crowd goes wild as they bow to each other for the last time, and he leaves the ring. Maybe he didn't win, but he sure was awesome. He runs up to me, toppling a couple of people over in the process. Sorry. Before we can ask anything, I can tell that his toothy smile is just begging for a compliment. You were awesome.
Yeah, I was.
So dynamic, so fast, so smart.
Stop, you're making me blush. It was quite impressive. I can say right now, you won at least one vote from me. Heck yeah. Hey Cody, can I ask you a favor?
What is it?
It's a weird one, but... go easy on Marina. She's obviously holding back, but a recommended student that doesn't know that might go overboard by accident.
Of course. Easy. Me. Sure.
Thanks.
I wish I was so strong that I had to go easy on a leader. Dallon's voice cuts our conversation off. Time for the next first year. A show to remember, isn't that right, Mr. Argus? He remains unmoving and emotionless. Right, Aiden? Next on the list. Sure, everyone just ignore me. I'm okay with this. We're skipping a first year for medical reasons and jump straight to the next one. Cody White. Everyone cheer. This is a threat. I'm glad Aiden goes above and beyond to make me feel good. But god fucking damn it, medical reasons? Seriously? Why am I not surprised the world fucks me over? Woo! Good luck! Thanks. There's no going back, so I jump inside with basically no plans, just as Marina wanted. Oh boy. Do I have a plan? Do I have any ideas of what I'll do? Scribbles. Scribbles, I'm panicking. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I only now realize how much trouble I'm in. Why? You have one of the most powerful, useful, and versatile magic techniques out there. I can't use shit, alright? All I can do is charge my phone, Something that I haven't even told anyone since I don't want them to treat me like a living charger. And I can make some energy balls. Also shock people if I touch them, that's it. Fuck. What did I get myself into? I had a feeling that you'd end up being a weakling. The amount of energy in this body is too low to be as powerful as I was hoping. Fine, I'll make it look like you're doing shit. But I'm not an energy manipulation user, so hopefully nobody realizes that I'm actually using lightning. Yes, that works. One condition. Anything. You go there and show me what you can do on your own. When I see you're struggling or embarrassing yourself above the average norm, I'll come in and clutch. Not a fan of this plan. If you want my help, this is what I'm willing to pitch in. Now do you accept my offer? If you don't, I'm not about to cast any spells. Yes, fine, as long as I pass. I'll let you cast any spells that you want once we start. With those final words, the bell rings. I was expecting Marina to stand still and wait for me to make the first move, the same way that she did with Tate. I could not be more wrong. In an instant, Marina's smile fades, a powerful explosion erupting around her, creating a field of ice in the shape of a flower, almost reaching my feet. What the actual fuck? Ha ha ha, she thinks you're strong, so she needs to be more serious. I hope that's not the case. First off, I need to find her limitations. She creates an ice rapier in her hand. It glows as if imbued with extra magic, a beautiful yet deadly weapon. She dashes towards me, like a graceful skater on ice, except a regular skater doesn't move as fast as a military aircraft. Let's see you dance, baby boy. The bomb is coming. Before I can show off any dance moves, Marina approaches without a notice of slowing down. Her sword pointed directly at my chest. I already used my speed and strength enchantment, but those are not useful when I'm struggling not to slip and fall. The only thing that I managed to do now on icy ground is to try and fall backwards to avoid the main attack, so I try to stop her with my bare hands, but I'm not fast enough even for that. I can basically see my laugh flash before my eyes. Huh? Her head passes my terrified face, side-eyeing my pitiful attempt at blocking, the serious expression turning into worry and confusion on her part. Seeing how I'm making no effort on dodging either, she shatters her own sword last second before the tip touches my skin, continuing her attack with a bare hand. Her palm makes contact with my chest, pushing me backwards with the force of a bull, the shockwave from the impact making the snowflakes and sand particles around her dance in the air. Thankfully, I managed to stop myself right before leaving the ring. Marina closes distance again, creating another ice sword in hand, but this time, she's slow enough that I can actually react. I dodge down as the blade scrapes the top of my ears. I quickly make my way to the center of the arena just in case she decides to push me again with her unusually high strength. She lets me gain the distance I wanted, then turns around and runs again. Alright, gimmick number 1. She uses melee attacks only. So far at least. After barely dodging the second attack, I quickly take off my shoes for extra grip on the ice. Good thinking. Now your feet can get frostbitten and fall off, making your death much faster. The floor is not changing besides the first layer of ice that she created, meaning that she has no intention of pinning my feet down with ice, so Scribble's sarcastic comments are not true. This time I dodged the attack with more impressive acrobatics. The adrenaline was enough to make me do my first ever back handspring. I hope it looks as impressive as it felt. Are you going to attack anytime soon? You're supposed to show off your powers. I don't have any useful ones. So help me already. Pathetic. At least I know that you're not completely brain dead on top of being weak. Here, when she comes close, just place your hands on the ice. I do as he says. Marina comes closer at the same alarming speed that she did at first, readying her sword. An electric current flows through my arms and into the ice below. Electrical particles can be seen across the whole ice surface the next second, except for right under me. A spell like this would obviously be very easy for someone like her to either stop or avoid, but something about the rules of this match make her have to take the whole hit. She probably can't raise her feet off the ice, or create more of it other than physical weapons. She falls to one knee. Is this my chance? I approach with my guard still up, ready to touch her to perhaps make her faint with my electricity. My electricity. Yes, Scribbles' electricity.
just 10 feet away. Suddenly, she raises her hand, creating a spear, and impales me. Instead of blood, the tip of the spear shatters on impact, exploding into a wave of ice that covers me whole, the same way that it did Tate earlier. Can't believe you fell for it. Luckily, you gave me permission to help you for the whole match, so I can do this. The ice starts to crack, precise electrical bolts shooting from my body, setting me free. For the audience and my opponent, this process happened in less than a second. This time, taken by surprise, Marina didn't have enough time to create a sword, and not enough momentum to swing it as well, so I managed to touch her shoulder. Time freezes. Everyone, including me, stares in disbelief. It's not that surprising. She was using, what, like 5% of her power in this match? Still, she gives a light chuckle and makes all the ice evaporate in thin air. Nicely done, Cody. If I knew about your electrical powers, I might have been inclined to hold back even less. That would not have been preferable. What are you waiting for? Shock me. This way everyone will know for sure you won. No. Curious decision. Why so? You spared me earlier, too. Did I? You stopped your sword before it hit me. If you didn't, it would have been game over from the start. My chance of even showing off my powers would have been gone. You caught on. I admit, since I knew almost nothing about you, I decided to go hard from the first start. I swear, I didn't know speed was your weakness. Yes, speed. Speed and only that. I take my hand off and take 2 steps back. We bow to each other, and only then did the crowd dare start making noise, loud resounding cheers. I turn back to my seat, a grin across my face, almost as wide as a cat's, that was waiting for me. Boost of confidence achieved. Why? You did basically nothing. That was all me. You're part of me now, so we're a team. You do not get to own my powers. Holy! You were amazing. You actually did it. You got farther than I did. That's a recommended student for you. All the sorcerers followed us, including the nerds we managed to sign earlier, and they were much more powerful than we thought. 3 of them actually managed to touch Marina. Of course, that's not the task that brings you victory, even if Tate and I made it look that way. Those guys have great tricks up their sleeves. Maybe I can take them under my wing and create a nerd elite team. I doubt that's a good idea. Don't worry, you'd be their leader. And I'll be your king. Tempting, but I must refuse. We wait for Aiden and Dallin to present Cole, but his name never came up. Oh yeah, his device must still be resetting. Does that mean that we have to go to detention? Not if they can't catch us. Come on. Ollie, if you tell a soul, I'll put powdered milk in your milk. But that would be too much milk per milk. Then keep your mouth shut. The threat seemed effective, but in the end futile, since we're met face to face with Dallin and Aiden before we can even get out the front gate. Damn it. Where are you going? The practice didn't end. Sorry, Cody. The headmaster sent us after you as soon as he realized Cole can't participate. But that's not fair. Cole is awesome. If his device was functional right now, he'd demolish Marina. I can attest to that. Until he can actually prove it, you two have to be punished. His holiness has spoken. Does that mean that Cole won't be accepted if he can't audition? Oh no, he'll just have to present his powers in front of the jury after practice, like the good old days. At least there's that. Fine, let's go, Cody. I don't have magic to teleport away anyway. Marina was kind of tough. So what now? Are you two going to watch us in detention? Hey, that's not too bad. We can turn this into a hangout session. We'll have so much fun. About that. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll take it from here. You can go back to your posts. The deep voice of the headmaster surprises us from behind. Dallin and Aiden manage to stall enough time for him to get here. The cat, stuck in place with fear, clinging now to my shirt. What about Chelsea? I thought that we'll let her make announcements for a while.
I thought so too. Then she came into the cabin with dozens of her little invention toys, trinkets to promote. I'd rather not have the whole event turned into a big advertisement for that girl. And, as I said before to Marina, I won't have someone so important watch two troublemakers. That would be such a waste of time.
Important? Us? Thank you, sir. We're trying our best.
Aiden does not partake in this conversation, his eyes fixed on anything and anyone but the headmaster.
It's not fair.
What was that? That wasn't a complaint I just heard, was it? Because we shook hands on this, isn't that right, Mr. White? Tate's claws sink a bit deeper into my shirt and skin, gaining some courage.
I mean it. It's not fair. We will leave you alone. Come on, Aiden.
Right. Bye, Cody. Tate. They disappear among the crowd with our eyes trailing them out of view. Not fair, you say? If any of the people signed fail their auditions, their signatures become invalid, and you both get detention. Was that not our agreement?
Cole is the only one that didn't participate. He didn't fail.
Yeah, he has technical problems. How is that my problem? And how am I to know that he's even capable if I can't see him in action? He's going to audition privately later, isn't he?
Yes, when his device finishes resetting. So then, you'll see that he's actually really awesome and his signature is very valuable.
He leans in, talking slower and lower. When I see his potential with my own eyes, then you'll be out of punishment. Understood?
Clearly.
So then, that means we're free to go after he auditions in front of the leader later today? Ordered around by 2 first years. My, how lucky you are to be so captivating. Yes, let's compromise that way. But just like last time, if he ends up failing the audition altogether and moves Shards. He grabs my hand, pulling me closer, leaning in and whispering it in my ear. Your punishment alone will be great, and I will not hear you complain while it prevails.
Deal.
Splendid. Now if you two will be so kind as to follow me.
Psst. What did he whisper about?
He just said that he doesn't think Cole will remain in the Shard.
Psst, sucker. We'll leave him flabbergasted when he finds out.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but the headmaster is massive. In any case, that's all that I can think about as the base of his tail swings just below my chest, and the tip almost touching my ankles. At least I don't think I have to strain my neck staring at his juicy ass. No. Stop it, Cody. That's the wrong person, wrong time, and wrong place to be horny. I'm surprised Scribbles doesn't have any comments about my random loot thoughts. We follow him through the streets, arriving soon in front of the academy and walking inside. The empty corridors have a chilly air to them, as well as an echo that carries Mr. Arcus's heavy shoe steps. He guides us to a random classroom at the end of the hallway on the first floor. Not sure why here exactly, but I don't want to give him dumb questions at this moment. He unlocks the door and holds it open for me and Tate. We walk in, inspecting our surroundings. Yep, just a regular boring room. He closes the door behind him and locks it. I hope that I don't have to mention this, but I'll do it just in case. Don't even think about teleporting out, is that clear?
Very.
Good. He takes a seat at the front desk. Stacks of papers and a cup of coffee are already waiting for him. He must have been pretty confident that he'd spend this time here if he already had someone to do this for him. So... I whisper. What do you do in detention around here?
I've never been to one. Well, I was in one, but that was public school, so it's different. Just sit at a table and sleep, or watch the birds outside. Dallin would usually let me fly around the room at least, but I doubt that this.
No talking in detention.
Case in point. We sit next to each other at a table in the back, keeping our mouths shut. Tate rests his head on my shoulder and starts to purr, then lightly snore seconds after. Is it fair to be that cute? Speaking of fairness, is it fair for a man to be so much more physically and authoritatively stronger than you? If he decided to place his hands around someone's neck and squeeze, not only would he easily take a life, he'd get away with it too. Damn, that was a dark thought. Scribbles, why are you commentating? Yep, this is boring. Who would have thunk? The only entertainment that I have is watching Tate's whiskers twitch as I lightly blow in his face. I'd lie if I said the headmaster's scarce and quick glances didn't bother me. He sometimes pretends to write on papers while keeping his pen slightly above the paper. You can't fool me, old man. That's the exact trick that I used in middle school to appear busy and not be called on. Minutes pass by, the sound of the clock ticking and the occasional chirp of birds as the only thing distracting me from the seemingly busy lying in front of the class, or the sleeping cat on my shoulder. Did I mention I'm bored? Would it be a bad idea to start a conversation with Argus? First name basis already? Wow, why don't you go suck his dick right now at this rate? Is what Scribbles might have said, if he were here. But since there's nobody to stop me from doing it, I'll ask a question. What's the worst that can happen? What should I talk about? I'm not gonna flirt with him. His work? I raise my hand and the headmaster, an eyebrow. I keep my voice low to not wake up the sleeping devil on my shoulder. Mr. Argus? What is it? What are you working on? Why the sudden interest? Well, I noticed that you hover your pen sometimes instead of writing. I was wondering if that was part of your work, or is it just a quirky little thing that you like to do? His eyes widen for a moment before returning to normal. Good observation skills. I don't like to complete this particular paperwork, so I fool myself that I'm doing it. Taxes, adult stuff. You kids wouldn't understand. I'm 19. Right. Excuse me. Sometimes I forget that even first years are old enough to start a family. What was your job before being a headmaster? Another surprisingly personal question, which I'd rather keep for myself, if you don't mind. I don't think so. Excuse me? Come on, it's just a job. Were you homeless? He looks shocked and left speechless. Or a politician? Even more shocked. Why, I never. I was a teacher in another institution. Ah, that explains it. Explains what exactly? Actually, never mind. I don't want to know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go do some preparations for your upcoming special punishment. He tries to contain his grinning. Ah, that was going to be my next question. What's with this special punishment that you mentioned before? He left and slammed the door behind, no less, either because he's sick of my rambling or he's just that excited to prepare this punishment. Maybe both. All that is left is for me to wait patiently. Unfortunately, after his departure, the room became at least 20% less interesting. I close my eyes to perhaps follow Tate's lead into Dreamworld. And it works. I don't dream of anything, but I do lose consciousness for a while, being awakened by heavy footsteps at the door. Mr. Argus is here, and he brought a heavy bag. And what does a big, heavy bag pair well with? You guessed it, the most sour expression that you've ever seen. Is everything all right? His usual smile is painted back on his handsome face to mask his emotions. Yes, splendid news in fact. I was just informed that your new colleague, Cole, has passed his auditions. His device came back online? That really is splendid news. Now to take care of the sleeping beauty over here. Tate? Hey, Tate, wake up, you're free.
Is he talking in his sleep?
The next moment, his eyes shoot open and he sits back straight on the chair. That was a neat trick to wake up to. Huh? Where am I? Who are you people? Ah, never mind, I remember. Is our detention done yet?
Yep, because Cole proved his talents.
Already? That's great.
He gets up immediately, picks up his broom, and drags me out of the door without a goodbye or even a glance at the headmaster. We take a couple of feet through the corridor, then he stops, takes some more steps backwards until his body pokes inside the classroom and looks Argus in the eyes.
Told you so, lying bitch.
Hell yeah, you tell him. Then the rest is history. Well, not really. We just hurry back to his tent, flying on his broom again. Nothing out of the ordinary happens for a while, not too many words or wisdom exchanged between us either, just a smooth, speedy ride. After all, that creature is his child slash friend slash whatever other significant person title there is, and he must be worried. He lands the broom a bit farther away from the entrance.
Let's check the traps,
he says while running past an unchecked trap.
Oops, I'll get to that one next.
The cat is too excited to focus. I guess I'll check all of them. A task that I'm not sure how to deal with, since every trap after the first two were not failed or destroyed, but disassembled, judging from a closer inspection. At this point, Tate is already inside the clearing while I walk slowly towards the vine-covered entrance. Another trap and another. The spike bushes that surrounded the area are keepers of fur, not ours, somebody that is not too accustomed to the area passed by. And the magic alarm right outside the entrance? Gone. I hesitate before walking in. The other side seems quiet. No screams or cries. No excited baby voices can be heard. I inhale a deep breath and push the plants aside. I scan the clearing, noticing him standing on his knees. From behind, his torso moves up and down in spasms, his ears down to the ground. He's crying, or at the very least trying his hardest not to. Coming closer, I notice he's kneeling in front of a pool of blood. The dirt and the grass stained with the consequences of whatever went down here. I approach him, worried. What do I even say? My presence behind him calms him down, but does not make him any less sad. Hey. His ears twitch, but he remains silent. His eyes, usually always full of life, a sparkle always lit, are now dull, uninspired, depressed. Magic particles flowing around him, created by his strong emotions. Is that? He shakes his head gently.
It's one of theirs. He got bit. Not the smartest idea to wake up a dragon.
They? He gestures towards a small piece of leather laying on the grass at a throw's distance from Tate. I pick it up to see a crude written message on it. Baby hour, baby safe. Blood hour, no worry. No coming back, no follow. A kidnapping? But who? And why?
Wildfurs, most likely. Not the smartest individuals that decided to mess with me.
That is a lot of blood. He bit me once too, but I suppose I got off easy. Huh.
They took him.
Maybe it's for the best?
What? What do you mean?
Tate. Listen. He flinches and his ears twitch again as I try to place my hand on his shoulder. You can't raise a wyvern.
And why not? What am I supposed to do? You want me to just kill it? Maybe throw him off a cliff or suffocate him in his sleep, all because he was unfortunate enough to lose his parents?
You're right, Tate. Another ear twitch. You do have a tough decision here. I don't know what I'd do in your place, but I know what the right thing to do is. He growls.
It's always right or wrong with you people. You just don't care enough to find the silver lining. What if neither option is to my liking? Let's just force this little naive idiot to follow our ways. He'll do whatever we say because he's so lonely and pathetic. Especially now with you in the picture. Your apathy towards the dragon was pissing me off from the very moment that you laid eyes on his egg.
Wyve.
I don't care! Shut up about your stupid wyvern idea. He could be Satan himself for all I care. He was my friend. Don't you get it? Can't you take this serious for once? And this question is coming from me, of all people.
But I do, Tate. His eyes twitch. At least, I try to.
Why are you even here right now?
It's simple. I want to be around you, Tate. Another ear twitch. I know sometimes I fail to see the big picture. If there is one thing that I know is that I like you, Tate. He clenches his fist hard enough to compress the dirt trapped beneath his fingers and shakes with anger.
For the last time, would you stop calling me that? I told you already, time and time again, that is not my name. I don't like it. It's not mine. It's not yours to choose, you miserable excuse of a parent.
He stops dead in his tracks after the last statement, looks at me, terrified, then pushes me down. The particles multiply after his outburst, teleporting him away. I'm left alone in the clearing, still on my back. I feel my friend's hands scorching the place they touched to push me. It hurts more than any blade, punch, or poison. Sheesh, you really fucked this up. I didn't even feel like making comments in between the lines. The worst part is that I don't understand what I did wrong. He clearly just wanted someone that cares about him, and pets are usually a good source of unconditional love. He took care of the egg for so long, and now that it hatched and it's gone, you're like, maybe it's better that your friend got kidnapped and it's probably dead. And he kept trying to make you call him by any other name except Tate. Even going so far as to name himself Tartarus or the Prince of Shadows. And everyone around him, including you, treated it like a joke. If that's not a cry for help, I don't know what is. The more I talk, the more I realize how stupid you are. And I don't even care about the cat that much. I just think that he's kind of neat. But other than that, he could die for all I care. And that tiger feels the same way. I bet many others too. It must feel pretty shitty to be openly disliked by so many. It's you who should care more about him. Because it's you he cares most about. I reflect on the truth bomb Scribbles just dropped. I want to argue to explain myself, but I can't. He's right. Perhaps there really isn't a right or wrong answer. I try to see it through a logical perspective, but the most logical would have been to do whatever makes him happy. Not like it costs me anything to be supportive. Now that I think about it, what was the reason that he wanted to spend time with a random first year, if not to make an easy friend? I wish I could be more empathetic. So, are you gonna go after him? You want me to go? I have a heart too, you know. Well, not right now, in my previous body. But it kind of sucks to see you fuck up this badly. So yeah, I want you to go. Do you want to go? Absolutely. But where can I find him? He just teleported. Oh, I think you know where. I think I do. If his automatic spell took him somewhere with high emotional value, then I've been there before. No time to waste then. I run like the wind using my speed enchantments. I arrive at the desired spot exhausted. I find the train tracks and start walking slowly along the rim. Doesn't take long until I start hearing the rustling of leaves and the scraping of sand and dirt. I leave the path and round the corner through through some bushes and find a coiled up cat sitting on the ground near an old, abandoned, crashed wagon, drawing in sand with a stick, seemingly expressionless. I know he heard me, since I'm not trying to be sneaky, and Mother Nature is not known for its quiet environment, when every branch and leaf is basically a mini alarm. I take his lack of reaction as a sign that I can approach, so I do, standing now just 3 feet behind him, crouched down, looking at his sand drawing. A mighty dragon stands with its wings spread, and two small people on its side, with their arms raised. Something tells me that he was expecting me. I decide to keep my mouth shut for a bit and focus on listening, but the silence only lasts for a little while anyway, broken by the sad voice of a cat, the saddest that I've ever heard him since I met him.
I'm sorry that I lashed out at you.
I don't blame you.
I know he's a wyvern. I always did. I just didn't want to admit it since I know the chances are slim to domesticate one. You'd have better chances at keeping an alligator as a pet. You're new and don't know me very well, obviously. If barely. I'm not sure why I so expected for us to become a bonded pair. Just like that. I suppose it all went a bit over my head. Maybe I thought that I could get a genuine awesome friend. You're one of the cool guys. New, powerful, popular, kind of naive, no offense, so I thought that you'd be perfect to befriend.
The picture that he's been drawing now has multiple people around it. I can recognize Dallin's big muscles and sleeveless jacket, Aiden's snarky and arms cross-posed, Marina's elegant dress, and two more that I don't recognize, but judging by their ears, they could definitely be members of the EFD club if they applied. I sit down closer to him. Although he's trying to stay focused on the ground, I can see he's waiting for my response with a held breath. May I know what's so wrong about your name?
It's stupid. They named me because of my happy-go-lucky personality. It literally means cheerful. And I just don't want to believe that I'm that shallow.
Forgive me for the question. But is that not accurate?
To be honest, I suppose. I'm happy because I tried my hardest to be. I just hate when people pity me or try to tiptoe around me just because I don't have parents. So I try to show everyone that I'm okay. Which is true. I am okay. And it's not a lie. I just wanted a friend that knows that. But even they don't see it.
He points at the drawing of the two long-eared figures, which I now assume must be his adoptive parents.
Plus, it just doesn't sound that great in my humble opinion. Although, they didn't want that name either at first. The people around kept calling me that since they haven't decided on a name. But in the end, they kept it. Too bad I couldn't remember my real name.
Is it that bad? To be named by the townspeople? He shrugs.
Names have the most meaning when it's given by someone you love. Like your parents. I was about 7 years old when they finally decided on a name. At that point, it felt a bit redundant. Not even meaningful. And to put more salt in the wound, they'd invented a last name for me too. Since I was never officially adoptive. Can you take a guess what it might be?
Feline?
That would be stupid too. And kind of funny, but no. It's Foster. Tate Foster. The foster child. Woo. So unique, so stupid. Let's remind him every day of his two main distinct traits.
You're right, it's stupid.
Thank you. I legally changed it when I turned 18, but Mr. Sybil was upset, calling it disrespectful, so I changed it back.
Are they good to you? Your parents?
Yeah, very. I do have some bottled up emotions for them, still. I love them. Don't get me wrong, I know I talk them down a lot, but they were great people, just not great at raising kids. At least, not this kid. They gave me food, shelter, clothing, personal space, education, love, but there was always something missing. My problems were always overlooked, like my name. Most of the time, I can't even bring myself to call them by anything other than their names.
I don't know what my name means either, but I like it since it's the name that my mother gave me and I love her, so I respect it.
Must be nice.
Is that why you kept trying to change your name yesterday and today?
Something like that. I take a stupid name too if I feel that it's truly my own. The problem is that it needs to stick to people before I decide to change it. I don't want another Tartarus situation.
His drawing is now done, but the dragon was erased in the process, replaced by a little wyvern. Same with the other people around, except for two. This way, the two figures next to the wyvern, the two felines, become the main attraction. Can I hug you?
Huh?
He looks surprised, but quickly recovers.
I'm usually the one that does that, without asking.
So...
Yeah.
He does not resist, but does not make a big effort to return it either. He's shaking, and I feel like he'll fall over any moment. Are you feeling all right?
Fine, just... I don't have much magic left. Actually, I'm almost completely paralyzed.
Are you serious?
Teleporting with my mind alone, my body kind of took a hit. It hurt even to move the stick to draw. But hey, at least now I know I can do it. Isn't it awesome?
Absolutely. I'd express more joy if I wasn't so worried for you.
I'll be fine in an hour or two.
I hold him for a little while longer, sharing body heat and supporting his barely standing body. We're gonna get him back.
I told you. I can't move. And I won't be able to until I get some magic back.
We don't have to do it right now. We'll go tomorrow, early in the morning.
Do you think that he'll be alright by tomorrow?
Whoever took him didn't seem to want to kill him, or us, otherwise they would have done so already.
But he's a wyvern. I already told you, I always knew.
You still consider him your friend, don't you?
Yeah, but...
No buts. I'm your friend as well. There is no question about it, and I never want you to doubt it. As your friend, I am not letting anything happen to you or your other friends. His eyes light up with hope, and the smile comes back, even if it is a little smaller than usual.
What about the battles tomorrow?
Battles?
Pair battles, yes. Everyone pairs up and we do a 2 against 2 battles.
I forgot about those things. Why are you concerned about that? Isn't this way more important?
We can't miss them. The headmaster will be watching this year, the same as today. To assess the students or something. I don't want to miss it, and more importantly, I don't want you to miss it.
You just can't not take care of your friends, can you?
I'm not as selfish as I let out to be.
Alright. As you wish. We'll demolish any first years that are unfortunate enough to be paired against us.
Love the spirit. I pity those people already. I'm going to have to unleash my pent-up rage on them. I said before that I hate sad people, so let's cheer up. Although it's hard to be happy when you can't move. I get upset just by thinking of how pathetic that I must look until now with a frown on. Which is a bit ironic.
Want me to carry you back?
You and what muscle?
I'll make you eat those words, you little jester. I get up, place a strong enchantment on myself, and pick up the unexpected cat, placing him over my shoulder like a log.
Oh my. Alright, I don't mind this.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Shall we?
Lead the way.
I turn around before starting the trip. With Spud facing the same way as me, I take out my phone and sneak a picture of his sand drawing. The drawing of me, him, and the little wyvern all happy together. Keepsake.
Hey, not to ruin your protagonist hero moment, but your shoulder is a bit too narrow. It kind of hurts my stomach.
Oh, sorry. I turn him around, picking him up bridal style instead. Is this better?
The cat looks into the strong, manly leopard's eyes, lewd thoughts going on through his head as he's being manhandled effortlessly.
I'll take that as a yes. We begin our journey back to the academy. The trip is quiet, save for the occasional wild animal noises, making my fur brittle, a fact that makes my good friend in my arms chuckle. You'll realize that I can easily drop you whenever, right?
Then who would protect you against squirrels? Scaredy cat.
Squirrels have a high chance of carrying rabies or other diseases.
Don't ruin nature for me, please.
You asked for it.
Let's pass the time with something that doesn't include being a nerd.
What do you propose?
Do you know how to play Never Have I Ever?
I believe so. Any extra rules besides the regular ones?
Instead of putting a finger down, you have to kiss the closest person to you.
You're the closest person to me.
No way. I guess that's true.
Yeah, we're not doing punishments.
Coward.
I'll start.
Shoot.
Never have I ever... I kind of feel like he's done all of these.
You kidding me? Have you seen Aiden's dad? Awooga. Too bad he's an absolute bitch. Otherwise, he would have absolutely been the one that I lost my virginity to. He's not even that old either.
Wow. He must be really handsome then. I wish I could meet him.
Ha, good one.
It wasn't a joke, but alright.
My turn. Never have I ever had a threesome in a public place with two complete strangers.
That is very specific. No, I have not. Why would you even think that anyway?
I don't know, you look like the type that can pull it off.
Didn't we already establish that we're both virgins?
Oh, right, I forgot. Hey, here's an idea. Since we're virgin best friends, do you want to do it together?
The thoughts in my mind look like a keyboard smash right now. What the hell is that question? So sudden, so bold.
I kinda like it.
What do you mean?
Well, if you ever find a boyfriend, I'll find a partner as well. Then we can do the things that they do in the movies where bottoms fist bump while laying next to each other in bed. Getting railed at the same time.
Ah, that's what it was. The thought is still lewd as hell, but in a different way. I guess? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you want.
Great, it's a promise.
At first I thought his question was just a joke, a real-life shitpost, but his content expression and soft smile says otherwise. What if it's a woman?
Then I'll hope that you don't mind if I plant my tongue in your girl's mouth while you're going to town on her.
Your gay ass could never.
You're right, but I'd try for you. I'd have a guy behind me to take my attention off of it, obviously.
I'm slowly getting used to the cat's casual dirty words, paired with Scribble's usual nonsense. Conversations like these do not embarrass me as much anymore. Still can't help but blush a little in the end. We continue walking and playing. We both realize that we told each other so many details about our personal lives, yet we're both dumbasses that can't retain any information.
Would you punch your father for $1,000?
I mean, he walked out on his wife and 2 kids, so happily, yes.
Fuck, I forgot.
Easiest ground ever. Let's see. Least favorite food?
Fish, damn it. I must have told you at least twice already.
You need to take notes sometimes.
Yep.
This walk is the most fun and relaxing activity that I've done in a while, even if I'm carrying over 100 pounds of cat in my arms. After only 20 minutes of playing and walking, the entrance to the forest at the edge of the town come into view as we pass the barrier with no interruptions. My turn and last question. Never have I ever recovered from a severe lack of magic in a matter of minutes, but didn't tell my friend because I liked being carried bridal style. He raises his hand and puts a finger down. Paralyzed my ass.
What can I say? Something about this experience feels nice. My very own muscle carry man.
You're a rascal.
What gave it away?
You kept readjusting your ass every 2 minutes.
I had to. You refused to change the position of your arms. It was getting uncomfortable.
That's because I'm a great detective. Everything was calculated. Ha ha. I put him down gently, since even though he's now fine, he still hasn't used his legs in a while. That's actually where I'm going to leave it for today. So, something unexpected happened. Ooh, the wyvern was stolen. The mysterious wyvern that was mysteriously found by Tate was mysteriously stolen by wild furs. Gee, isn't that a coincidence? Also, obligatory detention for Tate and Cody, I guess, but they didn't have to stay in there for that long. And I technically did do most of the conversation options with Aiden's father, but I just chose one of them. That's the only one that you're gonna see. You don't get to see the flirting option. But yeah, they really had no consequence to the story, but yeah, whatever. I don't care. Anywho, so technically speaking, that would have gone a little bit differently had you not tried to scam Cole. But oh well, I can't exactly change that now. That episode is already uploaded. I'm not gonna go and redo it just for that, so yeah. Anywho, hopefully the mic also sounds a little bit better now. What else? It was very obvious that Tate was putting a lot of emotional significance in the wyvern. And it feels very anime what he's going through. Meaning that he has like that sort of like, oh, nobody understands me, and like, oh, my name, I have parents, I have everything basically handed to me, even though, well, like as an orphan, I have loving parents that even though they are not even adoptive parents or people that took me in, that I can't really see that because I'm too caught up in my own little thing to, you know, realize what's going on. But yeah, that's kind of the vibes he's giving out right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are like, oh my god, poor Tate, pobrecito little huérfano. But I'm here going like, dude, you have a family and you're acting like you don't. And you're I'm kind of on the side with Aiden where it's like you're kind of being disrespectful for all these people. Like, yeah, maybe they might not realize what you're going through, but that's probably because you're not really talking to them, even though you're saying that you're like, oh, they're not taking the time to listen to me. Because are you really talking to them? But yeah, I can't be so overly critical with Tate because this is his route, I guess. Fuck it. I'm gonna be critical. But it's obviously part of his character development, I guess, to be the way he is right now. Anywho, so, you know, write down in the comments what you think. You're more than likely not going to agree with me, but, like, I don't give a fuck. This is my video. This is my channel. Suck it up. And thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play the Shards yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description for MindofFur's Twitter or his Blue Sky if you have access to that. Like, you know, some of the cool furs like me. Which should have a direct link to his HIO page where you can download the game and, you know, play it yourself and, you know, play through all the routes. Or you can just go to HIO yourself and, you know, just download it from there. And I will also post a link down for his Patreon where you can, you know, subscribe, get early access, blah, 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 do all that other good stuff. As I said before, I believe that what would be the Summoner's Shard route is already technically done, but it will require like the assets and all that other stuff. And if it's as long as Tate is, then, you know, it's going to be a while. But at the very least, if you subscribe to his Patreon or their Patreon, I don't know if it's actually a guy or a girl. I haven't checked. then, you know, you get early access before everyone else does. Assuming there's works in progress or other stuff, I don't know. But yeah. So yeah. Also, my coffee down in the description if you want to donate to me, if you feel so inclined. Do it. Come on, do it. Give me money. But yeah, anyways, I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.